Charlotte, did you want your legs out?
Gavin was going to sit there and take a spot. Evan, come sit over here. Suppose I snore too, so he's just like a bear. I snore. And then I I mean, you just gotta get out of see you later. You have to start doing some electrical work. You snip the wire. You snip the wire. What am I doing? We're going to come down instead of you guys all hear that? Have slow no focus.
How long will this last? I leave at 8:45.
That's not that bad. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
times in English for 3 days. For at least 5 minutes. Then come down to
Since she's fine, not since she's fine.
Hey, no cheating lessons. Have space. Seven, you have space.
We're just going to wait a couple more minutes for some of the elementary school kids to get down here. Do want to let you guys know that I may be bringing some hoop dance volunteers down here. So I want you guys to start to think about that, if that's something that you guys might be interested in doing. And then also, there might be a time to ask questions. I told you guys earlier this week that we won't be able to do that during the performance. But because there's not going to be all the elementary school kids here, then I think we might have some time for that, okay? So I want you guys to think about that as well, as if you have questions. But we're going to go ahead and wait just a couple more minutes until the younger kids get here, all right? So something I noticed is that my hoop is not sitting where it was before. And what that tells me is that somebody in this room is not respectful of other people's property. So I don't know about you, but I think it would be very strange and very weird, but also disrespectful to touch someone else's things. And someone went over there and they touched that hoop. So I don't know who that was, but it's someone in this room, so I had to make note of that, all right? I also want to let you guys know that I did work with the 7th grade all the way up to the 12th grade. And one of the things that I noticed up there is that we're not taking care of our messes that we make. You know, that's going to fall back on your guys' teachers or your guys' family members or your guys' custodian. It's not their job to pick up your guys' messes. So as a part of respect, it's something that I want you guys to think about. This is something that, you know, we can start to learn as young as elementary school age, and we can continue to practice that. But for sure, middle schoolers and high schoolers, you guys should have known to clean up after yourselves. That's something I noticed with all the classes that I had. All right? So I want to ask around the program that you guys are being respectful, being good listeners, good participation here today. We do have some really fun things planned, but it's just something that I wanted to take note of. And I also wanted to let you guys as teachers know that it's something that I noticed within your guys' classes. All right? But we need to do a better job. Not only to be respectful and kind towards our other classmates, but also towards those around us, our teachers, our family members, our community members. All right? So we'll go ahead and get started very shortly.
The 7th through 12th grade, you guys have already had the privilege of working with Star Chief Eagle this week. She has come and taught us a little bit about Lakota culture, and she did a craft with you guys too, learning to sew some of those leather pouches, and some of you had the opportunity to make the beads. And I know she taught you what each of those things were used for, and what some of the significance and meaning is behind those. But I am so honored to have her stay with us this afternoon, and she is going to do a hoop dance for us. I had the privilege of watching her this summer in June at our History Summit in Sioux Falls, and I had already asked for her to be our artist in residence before I even saw her, so that was a pleasant surprise for me to get that preview of her at that time too, so I get to see her twice this year. But let's please give a warm welcome to Star.
All right, so as I mentioned to you guys earlier this week, several of you, is that everything within our culture does have special meaning. So not only our artwork and the colors that we choose to use within that artwork, but also our dance styles. They all have meaning. Also what we wear, our regalia, all has special meaning. So I'll be taking this time to talk a little bit about the hoop dance and what that represents. As I mentioned to you guys here before, I may be taking up some hoop dance volunteers. So if that's something that you guys may be interested in doing, I'll just ask that you guys take it seriously, you guys are following directions and being respectful with that. But this can be a really fun thing. Do want to let you guys know, these are not hula hoops. They do look like hula hoops, but these ones are not. I either call these hoops, or my word for them in Lakota language is changleshka. So can I have everybody here please say changleshka? All right, they're meant for a different purpose. I don't call them hula hoops because I do not hula with them. What I do instead with these hoops is I make different animals, shapes, creatures, designs. It's a storytelling dance. We express ourselves through this dance. Now, I want to go and take this time to introduce myself to you all in Lakota language. Can I have everybody here please say Lakota? Okay, there's not just one native language. There are many that are spoken in different areas. But in this area here, we have several Lakota and Dakota speaking tribes, including my tribe of Rosebud Lakota. We champi ang kahawia hamaya starchitigo amachapi washishmichaje kushto si chango yape madaha niluzaha awati pelama madakampi onasi. I say hello, my Lakota name is Brave Star Woman. And our Lakota names are very special to us. They represent who we are as a person. So I'm honored to carry that Lakota name, Brave Star Woman. My English name is Star Chief Eagle. My last name, Chief Eagle, represents one of my great-grandfathers who was a chief. You guys can just call me Star. That's my first name. Again, I'm a member of Rosebud Lakota. I'm from Rapid City, South Dakota. I grew up in Rapid City as well as the Pioneer Reservation. I did thank you all and did greet you all as my relatives. I said, I say all my relatives. Now this is a very special phrase to our Lakota people when we say relative. We're not talking about just those who we are blood related to, but we're talking about each and every single person. You see, the way that we think about family is very different when it comes to Lakota people. It not only includes those who you are blood related to, but it includes those in your community, those you interact with, those you meet. And what that means is that you're going to treat each other with kindness, respect, with care, and you're going to try to lend out your helping hand, try to support each other. And we believed in this so much amongst Lakota people, we did not traditionally have orphans. Every child was taken care of. If a child were to have lost their family, other people within the tribe would step up and take on those roles, those responsibilities as mother figures or as father figures. Everybody had several people they could look to for support and for guidance. It's a very special part of Lakota culture to take care of each other as people, being a relative to people, but it's also important in our view of the world. Having respect for two-leggeds, four-leggeds, winged, rooted, everything in this world around us, we have great, deep respect for. We look up, we see Ate Mafia, Father Sky, or look down, see Unch Maka, Grandmother Earth. We use terms of endearment like this, like Father Sky and Grandmother Earth, as a sign of respect. Like we would not want to be disrespectful to mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, just like how we would not want to be disrespectful to the earth, the sky, the animals, and the plants. So our entire Lakota culture is actually based on this belief. And there's a lot of differences when it comes to Native peoples. But that is one thing I found to be the same, is that we all believe in having that respect. That respect towards each other as people and that respect for the world. You know, if our Lakota people were going to hunt buffalo, there was a special way that we did that. We only took the buffalo that we needed. We used every part of that buffalo, and then we would thank that buffalo nation. You look at another tribe when it comes to them and their resources, them and their food. They're going to go about it the same way, only taking what they need, being grateful for that. I want to go ahead and do just a review questions here before we go ahead and hop into the hoop dance. One of you guys, if you were with me in class, we went over this on Monday. You guys should be able to have the answers. If you were not in class with me on Monday, then you guys can go ahead and take a guess. All right? I want you guys to go ahead and say your guesses out loud to these questions. So first question. I'm going to go ahead and count to 3 in Lakota language. I'll say Washi, Noba, Yami, and then you go ahead and say your best guess out loud. Or if you know the answer, say that out loud, okay? So first question. On a count of 3, can I have you all please tell me how many federally recognized tribes you think there are in all of the United States today? So best guess at the count of 3. Ready? Washi, Noba, Yami, how many? There's over 570. Now this is not common knowledge, but that's many different tribes, many cultures, beliefs, customs, languages. A lot of them are different from each other, but like I said, we have that in common, that respect for the land, for the environment, for nature. So second question, on the count of 3, can I have you guys take a guess or tell me if you know? How many federally recognized tribes do you guys think there are represented in the state of South Dakota? On the count of 3, ready? Washi, Nuba, Yamni, how many? 9. There are 9 of them. If there are only 9 of those federally recognized tribes here in South Dakota, where are the hundreds and hundreds of other tribes? Does anybody know?
Everywhere else.
Everywhere else. There you go. This is something that I want you guys to realize. So if you guys end up moving outside of South Dakota, everywhere you go throughout this country, there is a Native American presence. Native Americans are part of our community. Sometimes they go to our schools, sometimes they're our teachers, or our neighbors, or our friends or family members. But we do interact and come across Native peoples all the time. It's important to be inclusive to them. And part of that is learning about who they really are. So we did get to learn a little bit about some of those misunderstandings, some of those mistruths that are out there, such as, do you guys think that all Native Americans traditionally hunted buffalo? What do you guys think? No. Do you guys think that all Native Americans traditionally lived in teepees? No. Really depended on the tribe, right? A lot of differences when it comes to Native peoples. So I encourage you guys, even after I leave here today, I encourage you guys to continue to learn more about Native peoples. You know, not just one resource, but check several different resources. And maybe even ask Native peoples. They may be able to give you some insight there. They may be able to have some of those answers. But I do encourage you guys to do this because for a long time, it's been someone else telling the Native American story. So I think it's time for Native Americans to be able to share their own side of the story. So I encourage you guys to go out and do that, all right? Now with the hoop dance, this hoop dance does have special meaning. For our people, this circle, this symbol, is a balance, is a symbol of balance and unity. As I had explained to you guys what being a good relative is all about, this is a dance that truly does represent all those different relatives. Because as I mentioned before, we portray different animals, different plants, all different walks of life throughout this dance. We are representing all those relatives that we have respect for, whether they be animals or plants or the people out there. So this is a symbol of balance and a symbol of unity amongst our people. It's a storytelling dance. We express ourselves through this dance. This is actually a very old style of dance. There are cave drawings, pictographs of the hoop dancers in the Pasapa and the Black Hills. And it is a very rare style of dance. This is something that you would not normally come across. Okay, it's very, very rare. I would say there's probably only about 3 families here in the Midwest that do this. Otherwise, there's other families throughout the United States and Canada. A very rare style of dance. The reason why I learned this style of dance is because of my father. His name's Dallas Kimball. He's the one that passed that on down to my older siblings and passed that one down to me. So I grew up doing this. So I've actually been hoop dancing for about 29 years, and I'm 29 years old. And towards the end of our time together, I will conclude this presentation by dancing with my 22 hoops. Now what I want to go ahead and do before I go ahead and bring some hoop dance volunteers up here is I like to go ahead and walk through some of the designs so you guys can start to see them for yourselves. I want everybody here to go ahead and try to use their imagination, try to use your creativity, and I want you guys to go ahead and try to find meaning within these designs that I'm going to be portraying. If I take a hoop and I spin it on the ground, if I was telling a story, what do you guys think that could represent in a story?
A campfire?
You guys can go ahead and say your answers. What do you guys think? A campfire, water, the earth, a ball, time. You guys are really good at this. And you guys notice, are we getting the same answers or are we getting different answers?
Different.
Sometimes they're different, right? It's okay to have a different answer than someone else because we all have a different outlook on life. We all have our own minds. We all have our own ideas. What about this one? What do you guys think this one could represent in a story? Fire, ladder, the wind, snowman, caterpillar, building, a horse. It's getting more difficult. But I'm going to have each and every single one of you, you guys are going to try to go ahead and say answer out loud as I work my way through these hoops, okay? I'm going to go ahead and walk through some of these designs, work my way from 1 to 8 hoops, and I want you guys to keep saying your answers out loud. I'm going to walk through these designs with some music that is by an artist named Calvin Standing Bear. So can I have you guys say Calvin Standing Bear?
Calvin Standing Bear.
All right. So So keep saying your answers out loud as I walk through these designs. Then after this, I'll go ahead and bring up some hoop dance volunteers.
This is a good day for a son. What will come to ya? Kia-yo. Only love beyond darkest yellow. Fly, eagle, fly. You're flying so high. Fly, eagle, flying in the sky. Whoa. It climbs the mountain in the blink of an eye. Dance with the wind in the sky. Oh, what a good day. I feel fine to see an eagle flying high. What we will come to ya. One day love beyond fly, eagle, fly. You're flying so high. Fly, eagle, flying in the sky. They give us strength in a spiritual way. Thank you, Great Spirit, for this day. When an eagle dies, the spirit lives on. Our native people singing their song.
that was not quite hoop dancing yet. I was just walking through those designs so you guys could try to interpret them for yourselves. I wanted us to understand that two people could look at the same thing, see two different things. That's totally fine. So when I hoop dance at the end, my story is going to have special meaning, but I do want you guys to go ahead and try to find your own special meaning in there. I do have some hoops scattered around here. I am going to be looking for some hoop dance volunteers. I do want to see, is there anybody here that may be interested in being a hoop dance volunteer? That maybe out of, are there some 5th graders here? What grade are you guys? 5th grade? Okay. If any of the 5th or 6th graders want to be hoop dance volunteers, I'll have you guys find a hoop out here and go ahead and stand inside of that hoop. So if there's any 5th or 6th graders, come on out. Nobody? All right. 7th through 12, raise your hand if you would like to be hoop dance volunteer. What do you guys think? What about we do it this way? I will promise that you will not have to dance. Does that make it a little bit better for you? A little less embarrassing? You guys are going to be using one hoop each. I'll go ahead and open it up to anybody who would like to be a hoop dance volunteer. Once these hoops are full, that's it. So go ahead and stand inside of a hoop. It doesn't matter which grade. If you would like to be a hoop dance volunteer, I promise I will not make you dance. Come on out.
Victor, you do it Go, come on, Victor, go. Go, Victor. Victor, go join Alice.
There's a few more hoops left. Come on down. All right, got a few left. Is there anybody else? Okay. Now, out of hoop dancers, do you guys think that most hoop dancers are men or women? What would be your guess? The answer is men. This is actually a male-dominated dance. Probably around 90% of hoop dancers are actually guys. But both men and women do this style of dance. I did want to go ahead and let you guys know about that. We won't be fooling with these hoops. We'll be doing something different. So last call, is there any other last volunteers that want to go ahead and try it? This is your only chance. All right. We got 3 left. Is there 3 left people? Any of the staff members can try it as well.
You do it!
Still got a few more hoops left. Anybody else?
Jackson! Come on! You got it!
Alright. Everybody, can we go ahead and give some encouragement to our brave volunteers up here today? What they are going to do is they are going to follow me. Any movements I make or sounds I make, they are going to be doing the same exact thing. So if I make a move like this, what are they going to do? Same movement, same sound, right? If I have one hoop in my hand, how many hoops are you going to have in your hand? If I pick up a second hoop, what are you guys going to do? Pick up a second hoop, okay? So you guys just follow me through. Anything I do, you guys will do too. Okay, ready?
You can't see me, then maybe scoot over a little bit so you guys can see me Go ahead and sit it, and then try to Alright, everybody watch very carefully. Alright, you can either do this frontwards or backwards, slow or fast, but can you guys jump through your food? Now we're going to do this very carefully. We don't want to move anybody. So if you need to take a few steps forwards or backwards, you can. But can you guys spin your food on your arm? You guys want to try a really difficult one? No. Sure. That you guys probably won't get? Sure.
Yeah, let's get Sal.
Now we're going to try this one. So the first step to this is you're going to toss your hoop up and catch it. Okay. The first step. You guys notice the movement that we're doing with our wrists? You're going to be doing the same movement with your wrist, but instead of up, you're going to go ahead of you and come back. Oh, it's me, Yeah, Alright. Now, if you notice which foot is on, and you have a foot back here, the foot that you have in the back, you're going to reach up and kick it back with your heel.
Oh, that's so cool.
You are going to be hopping backwards.
Alright. Now what I want everybody to do, grab one more hoop out of this pile here and go back to your spot that you were just at. There's a few extra hoops over here as well. All right, everybody.
Our little butterfly. Step out on one side. Grab outward.
It's in your wrist.
Put our hoops on our side. It's gonna be our little fireflies.
You just like
Could be our bird. So we'll do one more. Go, people. You're watching it now.
Can I have all the volunteers? I want you guys to stand on this yellow line facing towards the audience. I want you all to put your hoops in your right hand, that's this hand here, on this side, okay? And I want you to grab the person's next to you, to the left. So hoops in your right hand, and grab the person's hoops to your left. Okay? Good. And can I have the edges? Can I have the edges go ahead and walk towards me? Yeah. Make a circle here. All right. You guys can go ahead and put your hoops down here. Okay. I want everybody here to follow the person in front of you. Okay. We're going to try to walk where they walk. Like if it was snowing outside and someone was walking in front of you, you are trying to step inside of their snow tracks. Okay. So try to walk where the person is walking in front of you. So keep following their footsteps. We're going to try to do this to where there's no stopping going on. If we're getting stopped, if we stop, that means someone in here did not follow the person in front of them. So let's see. We'll go this direction here. You guys see who's in front of you? You guys see their footsteps? Keep following their footsteps. Keep going. Keep going. You guys ready to get really dizzy? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Some of you are turning your hoops, keep them faced up and down. See some slowing down. All the person in front of you, keep going. Keep going. Keep following the person in front of you. Keep going. Please, everybody. We were all moving at one pace, and then you guys decided to run. Usually, if I do this with elementary school students, I'll say no running, but I thought you guys would have known something bad could have happened. Okay, let's go this way, let's go this way, let's go this way. We have 3 circles now. Everybody go ahead and take a step back so we can see your 3 circles. Okay. Our first circle in the middle, and we have you go around in a circle. Our second biggest circle, go the opposite direction. And third circle, let's go the opposite direction. All right, let's give them a round of applause out here. And opposite direction. And if you pull on the hoops, they will break. It takes over an hour to make each and every single hoop. These are all handmade hoops. And freeze. Let's go ahead and put our hoops on the ground. Stand inside of any hoops. Doesn't matter which ones. Let's grab them. Lift them up high in the sky. And let's take 2 steps toward the middle. 1, 2. And on the count of 3, can I have you all please say, "Oop, there it is." 1, 2, 3. Oop, there it is. All right. Can I have you all help me make a nice neat pile right here? You guys can go ahead and be seated. Let's give them one more round of applause. Oh, cheers. See, that wasn't so bad, was it? Now I do have one last final thing I'll be doing for you guys all here today. I'll be doing a hoop dance performance for you guys' school to conclude this presentation and my time here in your guys' community. I'll be dancing with 22 hoops and I'll be telling a very special story. This story here is going to be representing my life. So one hoop is myself being born. The animal-shaped creatures that you see are the different stages of my life. And then when I get to 22 hoops, that is going to represent who I am now and the goals that I have for my future. I would not expect my story to come across the same way to you. So I want you guys to open yourselves up to any sort of meaning as long as you interpret that in a positive way. Hoop dance is about coming together, it's about good positive feelings, it's about healing, it's about unity. Now when I get done dancing, I will be out of breath up here, that's going to be the end of my time. So I do want to see if there's any last questions before I go ahead and get set up to perform. Any last questions? Yes. What are the hoops made out of? So traditionally, we make them out of trees, wreaths, other kinds of plants. For this area here, willow tree works really well. But tree hoops are a lot more fragile fragile, so most hoop dancers nowadays will make their own out of newer materials. I go hunting for these materials at the hardware store. So it's PEX or PVC piping I use for these ones. Okay? That's up to the hoop dancer what materials they use.
I'm wondering, like, how many hoops does it require to do that, like, that teepee trick?
I'm not sure what design that you're talking about.
Well, I remember doing it with, like, 5.
Okay, so maybe it's 5.
Last time there was a person here that did that.
Yeah, so I heard that my father was here a couple years ago. His name's Dallas Kimball. So I don't know if any of you guys remember him, but you guys might see some of his same designs throughout my own hoop dance. But again, it's going to be open to interpretation, so it's up to you to decide what you're seeing, as long as it's something positive. And there isn't necessarily a certain number that hoop dancers have to dance with. It's up to personal choice. And those choices are meaningful as well. So I dance with 22 because that number 22 is very special to me. I feel like around the age of 22 is when I found my calling in life, my purpose in life. I do travel this full time. I go to schools, camps, museums, libraries, wherever I get invited. And I share about my culture and who we really are, my artists, and I also do hoop dance. Any other questions that you guys have? Okay? Alright. Well, it's a pleasure working with you all. You guys might take a look around, see some of the people are wearing their necklaces or their pouches. I thought everybody did a really great job. And this is actually the first time that I did the project this way. Did a pouch, but not only a pouch, but got to put beads on the pouch as well. So you guys did a really good job. So I'm really proud of you guys. Go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause. I want to give a shout out to the music I'll be dancing to. This is going to be a powwow genre of music. Please do remember, when it comes to our cultures are not a costume. It is very offensive to imitate or to mimic our culture and who we are. I love to be able to share about who we are, but it's something that I want you guys to understand so you guys move forward throughout your lives, okay? It's having respect for other people's cultures. So this music here is going to be by a drum group that is called Black Bear. So I'm going to have you guys say Black Bear. All right. Please do give me a couple of minutes. Get my hoop set up here today. Again, my name is Star Chief Kimball. Good luck, Miami. Thank you.
Just say
Alright, so thank you all very much. So before I go, this is actually my last performance before I take a break until April. I'm actually 6 months pregnant, so I'll just kind of be hanging out. And my first baby, the due date is February 28th, so I'm very excited for that, having a little boy. But hoop bands, I'm going to continue to do that. It's going to continue to be a part of my life, my family's life, something positive to us, and something that we're very happy to share. So thank you all for hosting me this week. I'm going to end today not by saying goodbye. We don't say goodbye amongst our Lakota people. Instead, we say we'll see you again or we'll see you next time, which is Doshake. So thank you all, Doshake. I'll see you guys again. My name is Archie.